If you knew morning wood, then you know why I feel blue. Without morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Oh, how my heart yearns for you. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you, yes, I love you, morning wood. Morning wood, morning wood. Pretty, 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 pretty morning wood. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Oh, well, I love you and I need you, morning wood. I love you, morning wood, with a love so rare and true. Oh, morning, my morning wood. Well, I love you, I want you, morning wood.
Rise and shine. This is the Morning Woo, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker, undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. As it is March 1st, 2026, also known as Meyer Madness. New Jersey Devils winning last night against the St. Louis Blues, 3-1. Devils are on a one-game heater right now. At least something to celebrate. See Al Skates, 1514, first to comment in the YouTube Live. I'm your host, Sam Woo. 148 straight days of the Morning Woo started in early October. Still kicking, alive, and well. Last night, did you stay up to see Saturday Night Live, also known as SNL? They had 4 gold medalists on the program. Jack and Quinn Hughes, Hilary Knight, Megan Keller. 2 golden goal recipients. Are they recipients? Golden goal, I don't know what you call it. Steve Engel, we won a game yesterday. If we win another, it's called a winning streak. It has happened before. Michael Hay joining in. It seems like the Postal crew lining up in the YouTube Live. But I think it's great for the game. These are the type of moments that the NHL or the PWHL and other leagues have to take advantage of. The national attention on ice hockey, winning gold in the Olympics, both men's and women's. That was the future. That was the thinking after the 1980 team. That would be the future, and the future is now. And it's great that they're getting so much publicity, and there are people in the media that tried to trip them up over really nothing burger stories out there to try to take away from the success and the glory of what happened a week ago in Italy. We were on this podcast, on the Woo Report, on the Let's Go Devils podcast, on the Woo Report, celebrating the victory of the men's team, winning gold first time in 46 years. 46 years to the date of beating the Soviets in Lake Placid, the Miracle Game. And the Miracle Game produced a lot of dreamers. A lot of dreamers that we would dream of this day that ice hockey would be on the forefront like it had been. 26 million Americans watching the Olympics. I don't know what the ratings are up in Canada, but 26 million Americans watching that Olympic gold medal game. And it was 8 a.m. in the morning, Eastern time, 5 a.m. Pacific. Didn't matter. People were going to watch either way. Nothing was going to stop them. Everybody was waiting for that moment that did arrive when Jack Hughes scored that goal. Hockey as a sport is now benefiting with those two victories. And I'm glad that they added a little humor to, when Hilary Knight, stood up there and basically said, oh, we want to invite the guys too, because originally it was for the women. And I thought that was pretty funny. And it's good to laugh at things, because that's what it is. It's comedy. Well, actually, that was the only funny thing on SNL last night, because just watching through it, I was like, SNL, it's really falling off the cliff. It's not even funny anymore. Who are these people? I grew up with Adam Sandler, Jim Brewer, Chris Farley, my by far favorite SNL guy. Who else? I thought Tina Fey was funny. But, again, it just evolved, and it's just like, what is it now? It's still around, and, it's not as funny as it used to be. But I'm glad that they got that kind of attention. Now, what was more impressive was, I believe Megan Keller was in Ottawa for a game that day, and Jack Hughes obviously playing in St. Louis, all making it back in time for their appearance. And I thought that was pretty impressive. I thought that was really impressive. Eddie Murphy, Steve Martin. Yeah, again, I remember those days. Chevy Chase. I remember. I know Belushi was a pretty big one there. Dana Carvey, Mike Myers. We all remember. But I'm telling you, Chris Farley, I thought was the best. I was so devastated when he passed away. Chris Farley. Serves says they got private jets. Well, that helps. That helps. And I think it was great for the game. I thought it was great for the game for ice hockey. Getting that attention, and you could tell, there was a lot of love in the air, between all four of them, having that experience in Italy. And I think that will stay with them for the rest of their lives, just what happened. The women's team, they did it first, kind of like a inspiration for the men's team, but kind of a blueprint how to beat the Canadians. And they beat them with the same score in the same fashion, in 3-on-3 overtime, both teams, which is impressive, very impressive. Jason O says Gavin McKenna to the Devils would be great for hockey. Oh, please the Devils, not the Rangers. Just please the Devils. Steve Engel says McKenna gonna go to Vancouver. Good, the odds are in their favor. Again, there's still lots of hockey to be played. Again, Devils embarking a 7-game homestand, playing Florida on Tuesday. If you beat them, you're playing Toronto Maple Leafs on that following Wednesday. We won't have State of the Fan address on Wednesday. Probably going to be moved on Thursday this week. State of the Fan address presented by pucksandpitchforks.com. Have to talk to Nick Villano about it. The New York Rangers are in town on Saturday. It looks like Saturday may be around 70 degrees Fahrenheit in the area. Getting out of this winter blues. I'll tell you, if the weather's right and everything is perfect, there may be an outdoor Game Day Live, which we are undefeated so far this season. I believe we've done eight or nine outdoor podcasts this season, earlier in the season, and we're undefeated. If the weather changes, we'll do it outside. Next 4 games are going to be on nationally televised broadcasts. We should try to get some of the folks at MSG Networks on the podcast next week. Jay Snow says, I have a bad feeling they're going to give the Rangers number 1. Yeah, I mean, the whole process is so complex. I don't even understand how they do the lottery now. You know, it's just trying to prevent from tanking, having it being rigged like what it was in 2020, which I thought. They want McKenna in a big market. Well, I wish they would have said that about Connor McDavid. Why is Dougie still a Devil? I don't know what's taking Fitzy so long. I thought there was going to be some big splashes, but if there are, well, keep it here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. Set your alerts. We will be on it as news breaks. Michael Hayes says, imagine Islanders, Buffalo, and Penguins in the playoffs. No Devils, Florida, Toronto. Experts know nothing. Hockey produces more surprises than any other sports. I kind of agree with you. It's kind of like March Madness as well, trying to do the brackets. There's always upsets. Always upsets in college basketball. And even in the NFL as well. Maria says, whomever Gary wants it to go to. Jay Snow likes Lenny and Grits in the top 6. Play those guys a ton, it says. Maybe. I mean, again, yesterday, maybe the Devils gain a little confidence of it. But look, if you could beat the Florida Panthers, and then you've got a slumping Toronto Maple Leafs who got ripped by Craig Berube, their coach. Austin Matthews, some of the Maple Leafs fans booed. To their credit, some Maple Leafs fans did cheer. But why would you boo your captain? I get it. You lost to the Americans. I mean, did Devils fans boo Martin Brodeur when he beat the United States in the Olympics for Team Canada? No. It was awkward for a lot of us to watch. You know, it was awkward that Mike Richter was the goalie and Brodeur was the goalie for Team Canada. That's awkward. That would be awkward, in my opinion. And I'll be honest with you, some of these Toronto Maple Leafs fans, they don't deserve Austin Matthews. If Austin Matthews gets moved out of Toronto, I would want the Devils to get him. I mean, imagine down the middle, Matthews, Hughes, and Heischer, and Cody Glass as your fourth liner. That's something. You know, Austin Matthews, he's got another 400 goals to score in his career. He's a scoring machine. captain of Team USA. Yeah, we did boo Luke. I don't think we deserve Luke either. Hopefully we've hit that reset button with Luke Hughes and the Hughes family. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. Sir says, you see it costs $2 billion to just set up talks and meetings for getting expansion team into the NHL. It's ridiculous. And you know who profits off it? It's the owners. And you look at the Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment people. I mean, they're just getting rich. You know, they bought the team for $330 million. Devils are worth now $2.5 billion. But every time one of these teams gets initiated, these expansion teams, it's pure cash deposited. It's split amongst the teams and it's deposited into your bank account. That's just pure cash without doing anything other than approving another team to be in your National Hockey League. That's some pretty good money. I mean, how much expansion money has the New Jersey Devils received, or Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment has received since they've owned the team? You got the one in Vegas. That's what each team at the time, how many million was deposited? Was it $15, $18 million deposited into their bank accounts for that initiation fee? I don't remember the numbers, so sorry. And then you got Seattle Kraken as well, having to pay that expansion fee. Was it $700 million, $800 million at the time? That's a lot of money for just adding teams into the National Hockey League. Now, back in the late 90s, when the team, when the league was expanding, again, there were some growing pains there. But I think the Florida Panthers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Nashville Predators, the Minnesota Wild, I think they're doing pretty well. The Atlanta Thrashers, not so much. Moved to Winnipeg, but they're doing pretty well. We had some teams that move, like, for example, the original Winnipeg Jets to Arizona, the Phoenix Coyotes, if you remember. Then Arizona Coyotes, now to Utah. Remember the expansion teams of the Anaheim, or the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, based on a movie owned by Disney, if you remember. Other expansion teams, San Jose Sharks, back in the early 90s as well, in the Bay Area. All good for the game. All good for the game. The Hartford Whalers moving to Carolina in the late 90s. The entire New York City metro area, and if you want to include Philadelphia in that mix, you had 5 teams in a 200-mile radius. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, the Quebec Nordiques moved to Colorado, to Denver, now the Colorado Avalanche. That's still an unpopular move. The Ottawa Senators, Ottawa getting an expansion team. Now they're getting a new arena in downtown Ottawa, apparently. Jason, what do you think of paying Nemo big money? I'm still hesitant on him. Well, this is my thoughts. With all these possible players that they can acquire via trade, you could get yourself out of that. He's a tremendous asset to be trading. But if you're going to pay him, you're going to have to pay him big bucks. You're going to have to pay him big bucks, and that goes against the salary cap. But the real player that you really want to bring in is Quinn Hughes when he becomes a free agent or via trade. Something to think about. Middlelander says, John McLean doing a signing at Reds in Karlstad. Yes, he is. John McLean, very nice guy. Very nice guy. Johnny Mack, inducted in the Ring of Honor earlier this year. All right, well, going to get out of here. We're going to have the Sunday edition, 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, of the Let's Go Devils podcast. Scotty, Beer Baron, and I will be talking more Devils hockey, more in depth. What's going on? I'm taking one game at a time with this team. Even though there's probably like a 0.5% chance that this team's going to make the playoffs, it's better than 0% chance being eliminated. But I got to look something to forward to. I mean, doing this podcast, when your team's eliminated for playoff contention, it's very difficult to finish out the regular season. And I hope the Devils try to make something of it. But if they do, they better make the playoffs. Other than that, it's beyond our control. But Gavin McKenna is heating it up for Penn State, absolutely knocking them down. Getting all these goals and assists. Maria's saying, what about a negative % chance? Ooh. That's the question of the day. Question of the day. Serve says, I got a Jeff Sanderson autograph when he was a Whaler at Nobody Beats the Wiz way back in the 90s. Remember Nobody Beats the Wiz? I remember Anthony Mason commercial on MSG. Hey, this is Anthony Mason of the New York Knicks. I don't go anywhere but Nobody Beat the Wiz to get my Wiz bucks. They used to have Wiz bucks. The late Anthony Mason. Oh, I love those New York Knicks teams back in the late 90s, early 90s. I mean, they were a tough bunch. They just hacked you all game long. Yeah, and Nobody Beats the Wiz was a good store. Circuit City was pretty good back in the day. You ever go to James Way? I hadn't heard that name in a while. Or Kmart. I remember this joke about Kmart. What did the bird say when he flew over Kmart? Cheap, 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 cheap. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I'm going to play the music. Circuit City. What other stores were good back in the day? Blockbuster. I still have my Blockbuster card somewhere. There was Blockbuster. Radio Shack. I used to work at Radio Shack. I've told that story many times. Used to do the homework for a lot of these Penn State PhD engineering students. They would go to the guy. They would go to the uneducated guy at Radio Shack to put circuit boards together for them. Really, really bad. Really, really bad. Hollywood Video. Yeah, my old roommate used to be the manager of Hollywood Video, and we would get the games, all the PlayStation games for free, or when they came out before they were launched, because they wanted the employees to preview them, even the movies. So my old roommate used to bring them in. And what we used to do is we used to burn the PlayStation games we wouldn't even play that. We would just burn it just to have it, and we want to play it because we had those emulators or those emulating chips in our Sony PlayStations that you used to solder on so we could play pirated games. And also we would have like all these movies, like we would preview all these movies before they came out to the public. It was pretty cool back then. Yeah. Tower Records. Remember, there was Barnes and Nobles, and then there was it Borders? Used to hang out Borders as well. I used to read books. Anyway. All right, well, I salute you, the Devils fans. Ceremonial sip. Thank you. Alrighty. Out of here. 10-4 out the door. Till next time, this is Morning Woo. Let's go, Devils.